Venga, va. Tenemos el 84%. Como que nuevas misiones disponibles. No me asustes. Venga, vamos a hacer esta, va. Otra vez, está muy pesado, ¿eh?
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure?
I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safe and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and just as the good Lady Jane and...
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalimil. Because of how he stopped all the...
It's the mayor of Dalimil, dear child. And the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like... Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front, and they might have They have formed what one could call... And they grow more organized by the day.
We'll fight them all off just like last time. No matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until our best hope is to nip these efforts by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be...
How could I refuse?
Thank you, Mike. Victor will fill you in. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts. Such an amenable...
I'll go and speak with him.
Venga, va.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor?
That's easy. One of them swings a sword, the other forges them.
The League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalimil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to
I did. I've developed something of a fond, having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about.
You're not the only one.
What is he? What do you?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandit, and he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Con. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at one. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon at as many camps as we can.
All right.
There's one upriver. Just out there.
Leave it with me.
Those ne'er-do-wells want to band together.
Tu tranquilidad.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
Brujos, brujos, brujos.
One who killed Locke and Fingers. Take his head off.
Eso me ha salido redondo, ¿eh? Qué bueno. ¿Magos? Me he equivocado. Me he equivocado de botón. Bailar para mí. Uy, qué sonido. Vale. Muy fácil, no creo que acabe aquí.
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you?
¿Ves? Algo ha pasado.
Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any...
No, but
No.
what is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a...
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape. And his escape, some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No, still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing.
You're right.
Pues qué bien.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And, well, it was bound...
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to...
But we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince...
You're right.
I'm glad you agree. I'm a Dalmek born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the Taft. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who they know that Lubor and I are friends. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial...
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay. I can't promise anything, but...
And that is all I...
Why you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss out here?
He knew all along that he was playing.
Forgive me for disturbing you, but... could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it?
That's right.
The rumors that he's a bearer.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if...
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this, at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot...
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of... And they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refuse to consider it.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things different.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
I assume the situation is hope.
There's still hope.
But perhaps not in this life.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. We'll talk some sense into them.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie. That a blade is yourself be true. That was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true, and so must I be. I must do what I know to be right. And now, I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have some... For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic...
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one.
We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only...
How could it possibly be for the best? The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to...
They would not take it, Victor.
Over, you say. And so just like that, you're going to throw this... I thought you were better than this, but it seems you had me fooled.
Victor.
Forget it.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, but where are my manners? Here. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do.
I'll bear it.
Está claro que no acabará así. Vale. Venga.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the undone?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order... Have you learned anything of note?
Little and less.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest, and even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every...
Fallen ruins, I take it.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the as if protecting the
secrets we...
Should our methods be... Mayhap it would please you to observe some of our...
Would that be possible?
Of course. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov. A small... I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their... If you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to...
All right.
They will be most gratified. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to...
Thank you.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord. May the fire...
Ok. Pues tendrá que ser por aquí. Claro, esta es la ventita me ha dicho. Zona sin explorar.
finished.
Canguro infernal. Canguro un poco raro.
Nice try. Too slow. Nice try.
230 de experiencia, es que... Muy poco, tío. Ay, bueno. Pum, 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 pum. Me encanta. Mira, saco, tío. Ya está, Pepe. Que se emociona el hombre. A ver. Pues damos la vuelta. A ver qué hay. Duendes. Vale. ¿Qué te ha pasado, Pepe? Mierda. No llego, ¿no? No lo ha matado, ¿eh? No veo. Sabía que me lo iba a comer, pero bueno. Vale, y este hombre está aquí por... ¿Por qué hay un cofre cerca? ¿Por qué? ¿No hay nada? Qué raro. Qué raro que esté apartado. Y no haya nada. ¿Eh? Muy raro, muy raro. Duendecillo. Casi me entiende. Le estoy diciendo que los voy a matar a todos. Pues ya recupera poca vida, cuando utilizas lo del poder con el L3R3. Poca vida veo yo que recupere, ¿eh? A bailar. Aquí tampoco hay nada. Aquí tiene que haber un cofre. Este es duro. Di que sí. Coño, me va a matar y todo. ¿No te digo? Qué raro que no me hayan cortado el ataque. ¿Ah? ¿Ves cómo hay un cofre? Pendientes del de hostigador. ¿Y eso es? ¿Qué hace eso? Incrementa el daño infligido al ejecutar un ataque combinado en un 15%. Es que soy tan básico que me pongo nada. Que las ultrapociones me curen más, que consiga más experiencia, que consiga más puntos de habilidad y tiramillas. Está claro que me va a venir un combate fuerte ahora. Tengo que cargar al dragón ese. Pero ahora, claro, ahora de momento estoy todo el rato solo. Ya me costaba con Jill y con Joshua. Con Torgal, los 4. Imagínate ahora Torgal y yo solos. Qué guapo. Un río de éter. Por decirlo así. Es un río, pero como tiene lo del éter. Es verdad que me va a acabar el juego, las misiones secundarias y la historia principal, pero por ejemplo los retos no los estoy haciendo. Como los retos de la piedra de la guarida, ni los retos de las otras piedras. Es que volver a hacer las fases, no sé yo hasta qué punto. A ver qué me encuentro aquí. Pues está todo el mundo muerto.
Oh no. You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors.
Qué bueno es Torgal, tío. Ahora, se acabó la coraza. Se me ha ido la olla otra vez. No lo gasta todo. Me acabo de quedar de que cuando utilizo el Gigafulgor, creo que si le doy a círculo que lo para, se me queda la barra esta que está rellenándose ahora, se queda un poco. Ay. Vale, ya ahí está la zona de combate. Pero marca por ahí, ¿eh? Cofre. 15 colmillos afilados. Es que ya digo que las recompensas... Uf. Sé que me repito, pero... Es ese. Entonces, ¿aquí qué hay? Vale, Torgal. Y no estás solo, ¿no? ¿O sí?
Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader. Nice try.
Vaya. Ah, lo he hecho tarde, tonto.
Too slow.
Oh. Ah, digo, no me lo hace.
Too slow.
¿Tú bailas? Ah, que se me acercan más enemigos. Tengo que ir a por él. Ah. Uno congela, ¿no? Ah, sí. Oh. Ya no.
Too slow.
Sabía que me lo iba a comer ese ataque, pero digo, me lo cargo ya, me lo quito de en medio.
Should have stayed in the past. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, thanks to them, and to you, we were...
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your... Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins, a duty of the highest import, as I'm...
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all... Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble... May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Otro cofre, ya me iba a ir. Ahora se puede abrir, ¿no? Supongo que si no lo hago, no se queda abierto. Esto. Vale. Ahí mi Torgal. Ya se asusta tu Torgal ya. Dice, tío, está tonto. O sea, me estás diciendo que hubo una misión que le tuvimos que pillar un piazo bicharraco para darle de comer a Torgal. Un montón de carne para poderlo alimentar un poco. ¿Y ahora le va a dar una galletita? ¿Tú te crees que Torgal a eso le quita el hambre? Por aquí he subido antes. A otro cofre. ¿Qué hace aquí Vivi? De Final Fantasy IX. ¡Hola, Vivi! Ya no creo que haya nada más, ¿no? Ah. Muy bien.
Here, take a look at my wares. A fine choice.
No tengo nada que vender. Vale. Sí, la verdad que podía vender un montón de espadas y cosas que tengo, pero... ¿Por qué he venido aquí? ¿Dónde está el tío? Joder. Podría estar el tío en un sitio más cercano, ¿no? Vale, me marca abajo. Estaba aquí en la puerta esta.
Ah, you are...
Here.
My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might...
Cyril. Losses which could have been avoided. Had the others not chosen to complete their work, were these your orders?
No. This was every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty...
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not the Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations. And your opinion of our methods, however, we live to serve the Phoenix.
Cyril. I know that you and your brethren aren't, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you. Please.
I thank you, if you will permit me to respond. Our faith in his and we of the Undying will do what we believe as first shield to the Phoenix. I am sure you understand what it means to do.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind.
Vamos, como diciendo, di lo que quiera que vamos a hacer lo que nos dé la gana. Pilares gélidos. Disminuye el tiempo de recarga de pilares gélidos en 1,5 segundos. Vale. Cada uno es libre de hacer lo que quiera con su vida, ¿no? Así que si ellos lo ven bien así... Vale, a ver, aquí había... otra. A ver. Solamente por el hecho de que los rollos de música... No, vender no. Los rollos de música... Me faltan algunos también. Vale. Tú otra vez, me tenéis hasta las narices ya.
Clive, you'll be pleased to know that
is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has... But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking moving... You couldn't do me a quick fix.
What is it this time?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask Elle how long we have until the bearers arrive. Find out exactly how much faster I need to get all...
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
¿Y esta mujer está ahora dónde? Aquí cerca, menos mal. No lo había visto. Ahora pasará algo.
Blame yourself, Elle. This is their fault, not yours.
I know, but
no buts about it.
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from her. The talks with the Republican Army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and... But the Consortium offered double what we did, and the Army jumped at them.
You had no opportunity to make a count?
None at all.
Elle? What's happened? I saw Vonnie leaving.
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about... How did the Consortium even find out?
It's not so surprising. They have... This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually. And at the price they paid, I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone?
Are you offering to be my body? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send... You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited... Even if I fail to free these bearers, someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium. Who've been doing their best to... She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if she means to stay with us then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but...
You have to trust her.
You're right. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my part too. So I bid you farewell and safe travels, I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. We'll make sure the place is well. You go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's heads off. If she won't
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar.
Vaya.
Better not keep Eloise waiting.
What I wouldn't give for a hot meal. Looks like this is the end of the road.
When are they gonna let us through?
Sí, de listo. Si andaras un poquito más rápido... Qué bonito, ¿eh? Un poquito más rápido en los pueblos sería la hostia, ¿eh?
What's happened? Can't see the gate.
won't find a finer array this side of the strait. May Gilbert smile upon you.
¿Te cuento yo mis penas? Vale. Es que hasta salta menos, ¿sabes? Ah. ¿Eh? De verdad. ¿1051? Y el de fuego igual. Mira, me ladres, Mira, me ladres, que te.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves.
You misunderstand. The consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not, and so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without... But what is done is done. Come then.
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the... A most demanding fellow, if it's any... He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage. That's what you get when you deal with continent...
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings.
That does sound unusual. No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me to... And with it, my interest in joining your...
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
Bueno, si los compran para que estén bien, ¿quién habrá sido? ¿Marta? Bueno, no, pues han dicho que ha sido el consorcio, no sé.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But he was right. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposals, but I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said, they deserved more. I wanted so bad.
Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under a pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but they need help, and...
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just...
Hold on. Theo.
Abajo. Qué listo soy, ¿no? Tengo que haber tirado por aquí. ¿Tardaré menos así o qué? Hablo bien del duende, ¿eh? Salto desde aquí. Un dragón. Muy mal. Porque si no, yo no tendría que haber venido.
Where's Theodore?
Upriver! He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village. But the whole area's flooded with ether.
We just have to pray he makes it out in...
I can do better than that. Torgal, with me.
Tú no corras.
Where are you, Theo?
Que me van a estar molestando. A ver el dragón.
Damn it. Let's do this. these creatures have already turned.
Waken winds! All yours, Torgal.
I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
Oye, lo congela durante rato, ¿eh? Acabo de hacer el tonto. No veo. Ay. Le puedes dar, que te enfoca la cabeza y no va. Joder. Muerto. A ver el compi, que no esté transformado, no creo.
Theodore, you had me worried for
No. Se ha transformado.
We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. There are all no. There's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Cid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore!
¿De verdad?
Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you!
Elle.
Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore. Wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
No! Theo! Theo!
Me lo he imaginado, ¿eh?
Thank you, Clive.
That was true bravery he showed. His first instinct was always to protect people.
And now he's gone, because I sent him to that place.
It wasn't against his... He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the...
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. A late bloomer. In more ways than... For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his back... My parents tried to drive him out of that before they could.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from... But he said you deserved a better life than this. Just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family. But I have never regretted the decision. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make... He was never a burden. If anything, I was the...
You weren't, Eloise. That he had always been grateful to you for saving him. And that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You did whatever was necessary to continue living, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo. I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying. We can make a difference here. We can help people. I need nothing more, so I'll carry on doing what we do. Ensuring that bringing smiles to people's faces, just like we always have, and to Theo's. This is the life I have chosen.
I've made a choice of my own, to continue helping you however I can.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together, then. For Theodore.
Pero barrido. En 3,3 segundos. Y otro tesoro. Vale. Pues esta misión no ha acabado bien. A ver, queda solo una ya, ¿no? Venga.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. No te también.
I do like a customer who knows what he wants. And a fine.
Es que ni una sola vez he utilizado las píldoras heroicas ni lo otro. Es que... Dos guiles. Venga, va. A ver. Otra vez la... Bueno, supongo que me dará un recuerdo de aquí también. Cuando acabe.
Those things I said before.
So many were injured. Oh, my wards and I may soon...
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up...
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Second only to his Radiance, not that any of those things still exist. Now he...
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a foundation upon which to build a new Sambrek. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants. With
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around.
How? By speaking out. A man whose stated aim is to revive the Empire Philippe's comrades swore to. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe. Given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people have...
Who could blame them?
Clive, would you... for your services to Northreach? You have the respect of... And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty. Well?
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Tell me then. In the garrison?
Overseeing the troop.
All right. I may have met this duke before, at the Remembrance ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminences, wait here. I'll go and ask.
So, you are the sellsword, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire.
Ah, you are worried the expanded gap, yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man, pride of place, in fact. For too long, but no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed, which is more than can be said for. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach, with Caer Norvent as her citadel. We need only build a wall around both to create. Plans are already soon enough. These thralls shall learn that they are...
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may...
The people will do as their... If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government, one whose authority... That is why this levy is so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defense. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I
suspect.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine,
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to...
Without an empire...
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain.
I'll come back later. A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Dukes. It wouldn't hurt to ask them. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
As long as you remain...
You needn't fret. The creatures are...
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
All right there?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of...
Not much. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't... Now he's trying to drive us out completely. Threatening... If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'll be straight through that check.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about us.
Nothing good, old. Going around acting like he owns, and with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not...
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm... Just need his eminence to sod off.
Why?
A question. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't you build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you got it. If he thinks his name and his chains give, we'll do whatever it takes to keep whatever it takes.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers? Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies. I mean, look around us. You can see the state. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, But if they've volunteered, a few more think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire is the best way of making sure. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's...
O sea, que están divididos.
You're the one who's talking to His Eminence.
On the Dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but what do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me, listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame. But I've got a family, that's where my loyalties lie. Not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards...
I left everything. As long as you remain, the Vale...
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassed.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence... Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come. Once Sanbreque is back on her feet, well...
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
Ah.
Captain.
For you? Certainly. Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with it?
But to tell you the truth, it's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved.
That's right.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either.
Thank you, Clive. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Well, duty call. Thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Clive, were you able to speak?
I was.
Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls, though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose world they deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions. And I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion. And the soldiers, meanwhile, are content to and not just because of the Duke's rank.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sanbreque, I dare say I too would want nothing more than thank you for trying.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in. Along with told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love. Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, protecting. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with it. And when they do come back, we need to stand together. But with you to lead us, milady. It was you who finally convinced me. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us. That has always been Northreach's best. We have only to turn our attentions. Thank you, Philippe.
Anything for you. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale? I fear His Eminence has loftier
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first.
There may be hope for Northreach, especially with men like you and Philippe to I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid. Until then...
Until then?
¿Ya está? ¿Ya soy libre? Sí, estoy libre de momento. Madre mía. Nuevas cartas.
Come back. The stew's awfully thin these days.
Muy bien. Es que aún faltan un montón, ¿eh? Madre mía, si es que me faltan 13 todavía. Bueno. Ahora que pienso, a ver un momento. De aquí me falta, supongo que será lo de las piedras esas que hay por ahí tiradas. No está disponible todavía. No sé, pero vamos, que me da igual.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
Solo me queda el dragón, ¿no? Es que este dragón tela, ¿eh? Venga, a ver, sigamos. Jill, Joshua y Jill. Están todos ahí.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just... I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
A ver, ¿dónde está? Está curando a la niña, ¿no?
What is this place?
Don't move. Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Alter?
Sí.
No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
¿Quién es esta niña? A ver, tonto este que va a hacer. Lo que tienes que hacer es ayudarnos a vencer a Odín y a Artema.
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Bien.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already,
Lady Talia.
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less. if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you, come in.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Oye, yo preferiría que Jill, si no puede atacar con su poder, que no tengo yo, que se quedara. Me jode, pero...
Won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Vale. Nuevas escorias, a ver. Una más. La pesadilla tricéfala. Lugar de aparición, una caravana de mercaderes que atravesó el desierto de Belcoy afirma haber avistado una extraña criatura con el aspecto de un dragón, un león y un escorpión. Es poco probable que unas criaturas así exista, pero... el desierto de Belcoy. Es que no me apetece ahora... Quiero seguir la misión principal. Capaz de que me hayan salido misiones secundarias, tío. Voy a hablar aquí.
I still say it were a compliment. Say it all you like. Ah, Clive, please tell me you've come to take our young...
I'm not here for Mid. I need...
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens?
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting it and we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splint.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion? For very little is known of Ash. And the information. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed if there is anywhere safe to land. You won't?
And tell us what we will find. I'm sure...
But no splinter.
All right. If it will get... But interrupt me, and it's over.
A ver.
Barnabas Tham. The one they call the Last King. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldemark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom.
Con el poder de Odín ya me dirás.
Victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea. Tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether
Sí, es lo que ha hecho.
all of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be
No sé, pero subida de nivel a saco seguro. Es lo que quiero.
Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore.
Pues aquí los tienes.
You see, Clive, you had the...
Do you think you can get us back to that beach?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were right, but then, if it wasn't hard...
Well said. Thank you, lady.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
What will it be today? Allow me to educate you. Of course.
Será por gente, ¿eh? Ve que ha muerto gente, ¿eh?
Here you are. Very good.
A ver. Ya empezamos con las misiones secundarias, tío. De verdad.
Please, Your Grace, stay strong. My Lord Marquis. Your companions are kind indeed. I must admit, but I see now. It was the greatest honor of my life. But now, so I bid you.
Yote, is anything the matter?
My lord, yes. It's your brother. Though he does his best to hide it. The lesion on his chest...
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those afflicted by the curse, but... But His Grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able to prepare, so I consulted with Talia and certain of my comrades among the Undying about... And thankfully, a recipe was found. The only problem being that the critical ingredient and our supplies are almost... Unless we can secure more soon. My lord, I know that I have no right to make demands of you.
For Joshua. So?
A rare herb by the name of stone. It grows only where the ether is densest. The vigor it stores in its stem. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, yet more ether. The search continues for a new source.
So it's only that you can't reach it? The stone and water itself?
Well...
Then I shall go in your...
But...
You've yet to find another source, correct? So for now, the aqua decides. I'm a dominant.
Well, Stonewort is easily identified by its blood-red... I shall remain here and prepare the...
Vale. Solo es esa y... Vale. Y nada, lo dejaremos aquí. Tengo muchas ganas de pelear con... Y menos con ese. Por aquí no se puede. El puente. Me va a tocar pelear.
Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals.
Vale.
Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking up.
No, me he equivocado.
There's only one thing for it.
Jeje. Hoy. No sé por qué, a veces se queda mucho más congelado. Y lo he visto venir, ¿eh?
Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right. That should do it. Let's get these back to Yote.
Ay, Miguel.
Karen says she'll provide what she can for our voyage to Ash, and has even agreed to forgo payment. Until our return, that is.
Covered in nicks and lumps.
Supongo que esto me dará una curación potente.
Yote, I brought back all the stuff.
Yes, my lord. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another source.
I'm very glad to hear.
You and His Grace are very much alike. You think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've written.
I am honored, but I beg you, my lord, do not give too much of yourself for this.
I'll keep that in mind.
¿No? Yo pensaba que me iba a dar, pero basta que no.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are.
Pendiente de taumaturgo.
All done?
Ok. Es que no sé, porque la hora que es, ¿qué hora es? 27. Puede que me dé tiempo. El dragón lo voy a dejar para el final, si puedo, porque es que tela. La pesadilla tricéfala. El desierto de Belcroy. Espérate, yo siempre me lío aquí. Esto es... Uf, claro, es todo esto. Puede ser por aquí. Averigua. A ver, pensemos. Yo creo que tiene que ser por aquí. Es que no me apetece, en serio, no me apetece pelear contra estos. Ahí estoy viendo un brillo. Voy a probar primero por aquí. Que me va a hacer bajar de chocobo para volverme a subir.
No need to ride from here.
No tengo ganas. No. Ah, pero está a mi espalda. Pues no, pensaba yo que iba a estar aquí. Pero va a ser que no. Ahí veo un éter, que por eso creo que es por ahí. Tiene que ser aquí. ¿O no? Pues no. Pues vamos para allá. Pero mira por aquí, si no ya dejo el vídeo. Aquí tiene que ser. Ah, no, está este. Pues no. Pues aquí no creo que sea. El vigilante aquí dentro. Te voy a mirar aquí y dejo el vídeo. Me puede la ansia.
Enough of you, are there?
Es ahí, ¿no? Sí, ahí. En la cabeza de Clive. No puedo ir así. Ah, lo decía el desierto de este, pensaba que era el Nor-Sur. Todos siguen.
None of the stalls were planted this time, thanks be to you.
No he grabado, ¿eh? Le he comprado.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia.
Ah, pues no. Pensaba yo que era este, pero este no es. Tiene que ser una zona de batalla un poco amplia. No, pero esto ya es quebrada de Dracos, esto no es, tío. Pero es que no se me ocurre.
Time to fight. Just the one of you, eh?
Aquí puede ser que dije yo, aquí tiene que haber un de esa batalla. No, pero esta. No vale la pena las recompensas que das. Pero hostia que me ha dado el tío mierda. No me ha quitado vida. Pues mira. Ya lo buscaré. Pero de momento voy a poner aquí. Y lo voy a dejar aquí, ¿vale? Así que nada. Nos vemos en el siguiente vídeo. Chao.